What's up, everybody? This is Pizza and Real Estate episode 4 with
Trey Watkins from BDA Inspections and Better Days Pest Control.
Okay, so now we did the intro. We can kind of just talk to each other now. Let's just forget that is there. So you're with BDA Inspections. What is that? How did you start doing this?
So what we do is we do the home inspections, property inspections. We also coordinate other inspectors that would be required at the same time. As
Wait, so when I buy a house, I'm supposed to just like make sure it's in good condition?
Yep.
Our house is perfect?
No.
So never. I go and buy a house. It's one of my dreams. Isn't it perfect? I just buy it and move in, right?
Right. Well, yes, we want it to be perfect for you, but we also want to bring to your attention some of the items that are there that you may not be aware of.
For sure.
There's some things that need repaired. A lot of what we find is just homeowner maintenance kind of things. When you get moved in, you can kind of plan to, hey, look, I need to reseal some of the stuff outside, things like that. It's not all, if you get a list of things that are wrong with the house, not every single one of them needs to be tended to right
I think
away.
Sometimes people see that.
Yes.
If you've never purchased a home before and you don't understand the way it works, to kind of reiterate what he said and continue, when you buy a house, if it's previously occupied or someone's been there for maybe 5 years, 10 years plus, of course, there's going to be certain things about the house that over time, wood rot, maybe electrical, plumbing, AC, the roof, foundation, you name it. There's certain things that sometimes either people take care of it and they keep up with their house, or sometimes they don't.
Right.
So when Trey and his people go out there, they make sure that either one, they did, and they'll tell you, hey, they took care of it, house is good.
Yep.
Or not, like he said, they'll give you an itemized report, and they're usually what, 20 pages?
Yeah, 20, 30. Yeah, we had a list of deficiencies at the end, so a lot
I like
of times
that. That's a nice
out.
touch, because sometimes people get it, and they'll call us, the realtor, and go, I think the house should be knocked down. Like, what do I do with it? I'm like, no. I go, that's his job to itemize and look through every single part of the house to tell you the deficiencies, and then also we go over, okay, this is minor, this is cosmetic, and this is a safety hazard. And usually the ones that are like safety hazards, codes, electrical, anything that could start a fire potentially, anything that could cost you money in the long run, that's what we're going for, right?
Right.
Not that, there used to be a nail right there. Look, what am I going to do, Gino? I don't have a Home Depot gift card. Right. You want me to go paint this myself? So that's a good thing. So yes. I like that we use you, and we tell people all the time, hey, Trey's a go-to guy. Because whenever we have people get in a contract, it's like we have a certain amount of time that we can do inspections, which is called the option period. Mm-hmm. Option period is our time, and I always make the joke. It's your time to get your mama out there. Yep. It's your time to get all your friends, your dad, make sure everybody approves, but it's most important to get inspectors out there because you have that time to do the plumbing test, the hydrostatic test, which is a very important one done by a plumber, and a general home inspection. If anything else, just do the general home inspection.
Yes.
Because that'll give you, I tell you, top to bottom, a general idea of what the house condition is.
Right.
So here's a couple of questions as we go forward. Usually I like to do like 5 questions.
Okay.
So we go real estate, pizza, real estate, pizza. So what's up with the gluten thing? I thought that was just like I thought that was a California thing.
You know what? And
I'm not making fun of you whatsoever. I want to understand it because I've seen like the last couple of years. It's like gluten. I'm like, what is gluten?
Yeah. So it's they identify it as a protein that's attached to wheat, rye, barley, things like that. Tends to come
basically
in
carbs.
Pizza, carbs. Yeah. Okay. Some sauces, things like that.
Because of flour? Why
because
sauces?
Of flour.
Okay.
Yep. They use it as a thickener. So. For a lot of people, it's just a dietary choice. They feel better when they do it. For me, it's something I really can't have.
Maybe I'm allergic to gluten because whenever I eat carbs, I feel like crap afterwards. Or is that just eating too much?
That could just be eating too much. I don't know.
You're saying when I eat a whole pizza and drink beer and I get tired afterwards, it's the gluten?
Yep, that's it. Cut it out. Yep. It's an interesting lifestyle change. I remember when they first said it to me, I thought I was losing potatoes and rice as well, and it was just like, I'm done. I'm over this. Why would you want to go on living at that point? But no,
So this is something you just recently discovered you're allergic to?
Well, my wife helped me figure it out 6 or 7 years ago. I was just sick all the time, and it's a sudden onset thing.
Weird.
And then after about an hour, it's gone. So
my mom recently discovered she's allergic to like everything too. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what? She's like, I'm allergic to this, I'm allergic to that. I was like, really? I was like, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that I picked pizza.
No, it's okay. It's all right. All good. I'm okay.
My first interview was Daniel, and Daniel doesn't like pizza because he doesn't like tomato sauce. I'm like, I thought everybody loved pizza. Like, that's the thing about pizza. That's why it's called pizza in real estate.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves pizza. It's kind of like hard to find someone that doesn't like pizza, and that's my first guess.
And then the fourth one. So you're batting, what, 500 right now with pizza?
All right, so back to real estate question. Question number 3. So if you're buying a house, and I'm a first-time home buyer, what are, just if you could simply say, what are the things people should be worried about and not worry about? Because like you said, sometimes people get a report and go, Gino, I'm out. I got to throw the towel in. It's like, no. There's certain things that, we're going to get taken care of. What are the must? Like if you had just a general house, maybe 5 to 10 years old, what would be the must things someone should get taken care of, or at least try to ask for the sellers to repair?
I would absolutely look at roof, foundation, the major things on the exterior. You want to make sure the house is going to hold up. Most of the time the appraisers are kind of looking at those kinds of same things. So also anything safety related, specifically to fire hazards. Not so much worried about little minor things. It's things that you need to be aware of, but they don't necessarily affect anything.
I think sometimes the minor things are cosmetic, are the things that people put the most attention on.
Yes.
And I think a lot of that is because when most people walk into a house, unless you've been through the home buying process, unless you've been through inspections, most people walking through a house don't really know that behind this wall is a big junk mess of electrical breakers and oh man, they have this kind of wiring. People don't know that.
Sure.
So the cosmetic stuff is what I think people go to first. It's like, wait a minute, there's a piece of wood over here that's all rotted.
Yes.
When really that's like a $20 fix going to Home Depot and replacing the wood. But like you said, it's the systems where it's behind the scenes. And that's what you're looking at, right? Behind the scenes.
That's the most important.
The stuff you can't see.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll see wood rot noted. We'll see unsealed joints, things like that. One of the big ones I get is foggy windows. And yes, it is a concern. It's more of a concern for energy efficiency and down the road.
It means your AC could possibly be working a little harder.
But it's not by any means anything that's a deal breaker if it can or can't get done.
Good question. So what's a deal breaker? What is something to where if you do an inspection, you feel it within your inside like, hey, look, if you don't get this fixed, you need to back away. What would be a good thing?
Foundation. If there's a true issue, a lot of times in Corpus we see some structural movement. Settlement is absolutely normal. My guys are all certified inspection experts. They really analyze the foundations well. You can bring out a foundation expert as well. My hesitation with always bringing somebody out, even though I have somebody that I really trust, is they're still out to sell something. They're still out to sell a foundation repair.
It needs a lot of peers. And it's not to say there's not a lot of great companies out there that do foundation work, but like you said, it's a job that only a foundation guy knows how to do.
That's right.
Who's to question that? Besides another foundation company. That brings up a good point. So you're a licensed inspector in Texas.
Correct.
Does that mean you have Texas codes and laws that are all stuck in your head that you know?
Yes.
And the reason I ask that is because I've spoken to other
Just keeping me entertained.
I know. I've spoken to other realtors in different states, and they bring up things like radon test, and I'm like, "What's a radon test?" And I know we don't normally do that here.
Correct.
So I brought up stuff to them. I'm like, "Well, do y'all do a hydrostatic test?" Which of course is plumbing. And they're like, "For what?" And I'm like, "For the plumbing." And I guess a lot of them, because they have basements, maybe have the plumbing right above that, and they don't really have to get in beneath the slab.
Correct.
So for people that don't understand that, and people that maybe from out of state that are moving here, what is the hydrostatic test and why is that important?
So the hydrostatic test is important because what we're actually doing is we bring in a licensed plumber. We don't perform the inspection ourselves, but the plumber comes in. They inflate a plug at the outside edge of the foundation, and then they fill the drain lines underneath the house up with water to the top edge of the foundation. They don't test the drain lines in the walls, anything like that. It's just to the top of the foundation. What they're looking for is any types of leaks. They'll produce a report saying, yes, it leaked, no, it didn't. If it did, depending on the house, there's some different ways that it's handled from there.
Usually it's a $4,000 bill to the plumber.
So it's important.
But is that, well, I guess what I was getting at, that's something that's just here in Texas?
Or that is just something that's pretty local to the coastal bend area.
Because of the dry dirt and the soil and slab foundation and stuff like that?
Pretty much throughout the rest of the nation, they do sewer scopes, which is where they run a color camera in the sewer lines. They look at them, look for cracks, breaks, root intrusions, blockages, bellies, things like that. It's something we offer as well through the plumber. In ways, I think sometimes it's a better option. I know the plumber's not going to like to hear that, but I think there's a lot of information that's gleaned from that as well. It also helps out with some of the warranties that we provide the buyers at
explain that warranty too.
Sure.
So just explain who you are again. This is Trey Watkins with BDA Inspections. He's here in Corpus Christi, Texas, and if you're looking to buy a home and before you pull the trigger and close the documents and you're in option period, he's the guy to call to set up all the appointments for your inspections to make sure that what you're getting is what you're expecting. A lot of times people forego inspections. I think out of all the houses I've ever sold, maybe like 2 or 3. And if they do that, it's usually because it's cash, and maybe they're just like, I know the mess it's in, I got a great deal, let's just go through with it. But for people that are just, it's their first home, second home, they're going to make it their homestead, you got to do it. What are the must-have inspections? Like, you just highly recommend it?
Well, absolutely, the general inspection. A lot of times, most all lenders require a clear WDR, a wood-destroying insect report.
To make sure it doesn't have any termites. That's 2.
And then the next one would be the hydrostatic test.
What are some tests that someone's asked you before that are like totally off? You're like, what? You want me to do what? Has anybody ever done that?
Been asked about the radon, which is not
What is radon, by the way?
So it's a naturally occurring gas that basically works its way out of the concrete walls of basements.
Okay.
So it seeps through the wall and then it settles in the basement, eventually circulates through the house. And it is hazardous. It's been shown to be hazardous many times when tested.
So, but like you said, it's only homes that have basements?
Yep.
So I think there is a few in Corpus somewhere.
I've done one in my whole time, yeah.
What neighborhood?
Ocean.
Was it a true basement, or they just dug you down because they made like a man cave?
They dug it down to make a man cave cellar, wine cellar type of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
It was very cool, yeah.
What has been, okay, so a couple more questions, I'm going to let you go because I know I don't want you to blow up the pizza because you're allergic to gluten. So what has been the craziest thing you've seen in one of your inspections? Just because I know you see a lot of houses, you probably see them more than any general owner sees. Yes. What's been the craziest thing you've seen at one house?
Man, I'd really have to think about that one. We've seen some nightmares. You know, the further out you get, the more rural you get.
So when you say nightmares, do you mean like involving animals, or?
We've had some animals. We've had snakes. I opened up a water heater closet one time, and there was a snake wrapped around the pipes of the water heater. I'm not bothered by snakes. I hate bugs, which is why we have pest control. I hate bugs, but snakes don't bother me. So some of the other wild ones we've seen is just electrical that is obviously a nightmare and has been a nightmare for 40 years, and we see some of those types of things. We see some things that have homeowner style repairs that just, they meant well. They were trying to do it, but they just
hey, I'm living here, but the wife was yelling at me. I wanted to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the way. It's not the code. My bad.
Yeah.
It's not to my wife's code.
That's right. We sat on this porch for 5 years, so I don't understand what was unsafe about it. Well, there are a lot of things, but you got lucky, I guess.
Very cool. Very cool. One more pizza question. So next time, what would you like to eat? What can I buy you?
Man, see, it's hard. I'd say a burger, but I can't have the bun.
What's a go-to thing for you then?
Realistically,
in your house, what's a go-to meal, dinner?
A lot of Chinese food.
Nice.
I love Chinese food. It's all rice-based, so that's good. I love Italian food, but man, is it hard to find. Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's rough, I'm telling you. But it's good. I've adapted to it a lot. Yeah,
dude,
I used to it now.
I feel bad. Like, when people say they're allergic to some, like, chocolate, I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I'm just like, dude, like, what are you doing the rest of your life? And then, again, I wish I was allergic to chocolate. I wish I was allergic to carbs. I wish I was allergic to all this stuff, so I would get violently sick and not eat it. But I'm not allergic to anything, and that's where I am now.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thank you so much, Trey, for coming in.
I appreciate
Trey with BDA Inspections. If you have a home you're looking to buy, or if you're working with our Team Montalvo, you're going to meet this guy, you're going to meet his team, and he's going to make sure that the house you're buying is in the condition that you want it to be, because it's one of the biggest purchases you're ever going to make, and there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. We had one just the other day. A guy was buying a house, and he did inspections, and he's like, man, I'm so glad we did inspections, because it's just, there's things on this house. It was foundation, it was plumbing, it was, you name it. And the guy fell in love with the house, but after he saw all that, he's like, you know what? It's going to be a money pit, and I don't want to do it. So the money that you pay to have these inspections done is well worth it for the decades or years that you're planning to spend inside your house. So make the investment, do the inspections. If you have questions, you can contact us. You can contact Trey with BDA Inspections. We thank you. Episode number 4. Huh?
1 minute?
Yeah. 1 minute.
One of the other things.
Oh, no, I want you to say, no, this is digital. We have as much time as you want.
Cool. I'm down with that. One of the things that we fight against a lot is people that have had poor home inspections before. Because there are still, to this day, home inspectors that do almost nothing. My grandmother sold a house, and it was literally 6 pages, and there wasn't a single thing wrong except they found termites. Well, there's no way in a 25-year-old home that was right. But he let it go. So it was not here. It wasn't even in this state. But there's a reason for it. Absolutely. I fully believe we do a very thorough inspection.
Oh, yeah. And you don't work for anybody except the buyer, which is a good thing. Sometimes people think like, oh, well, maybe that guy works for them. It's like, no, he is a third party. He is a non-biased inspector. In other words, he doesn't know who's buying what or who's doing what. I'm here to tell you exactly what's going on in this house, and this report would be the same report for this person, for this person, for this person, this person, on the same house. And it's just to let people know, here's what it is, and there's no denying it. It's like, here's what it is. It's like, you probably didn't know this. But that's why we have these photos, and that's why we have 25 plus pages of everything that's going on. So I think it's a good service. That's why I wanted you to have our first guest. You're our first non-realtor that's on the show.
I love
so if you want to be a guest, you can call us. Thank you, Trey, for coming in.
For sure.
If there's anything else you want to leave with, your information, Instagram, Facebook, you're all over, right?
Yep, all over. I'm trying to be a lot more active on Instagram, Facebook, not really on Twitter, but wherever. I kind of want to be active.
Twitter's just people yelling.
And
no one's listening. Everyone's just yelling.
Nobody's paying attention, and they retweet stupid stuff, and it's just like, this doesn't make sense to me. But I love doing the videos. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me. You can text me anytime. 361.
Text them, because usually in the attic on top of a roof, so it's for his own safety. Text
absolutely. 361-445-7366. Again, anytime, 24 hours a day. I will get back to you as quick as I can. If you text in the middle of the night, it's probably going to be early the next morning. So, but no big deal. Absolutely reach out. I have had people book inspections at 2 o'clock in the morning with me.
Gotta get it done.
I love it. I want to do it. I want to get it done. So,
well, you're our go-to guy. So we appreciate your work. High five.
Absolutely.
Taking care of it. Let's do it again. High five.
There we go. Try again.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.